All right, DoorDash is earned by time. It's very popular to a lot of DoorDash drivers. It's their go-to and they depend on it. But why isn't it available all the time? Do you ever ask yourself that? Why is it harder sometimes to get on it than getting tickets to the most popular concert out there? And in this video, I like to explore, is DoorDash blocking earned by time on purpose? Why sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not? Is DoorDash trying to control your earnings? And finally, we are going to end with, what should you do if it's not available? Now, is DoorDash doing this on purpose? In my opinion, yes. Do I have anything to base this on? No. But the way that DoorDash has operated through the years, there are always reasons behind what they do. There's always a reason behind DoorDash not doing something that you want it to do. And what sparked this whole topic today is the other night, DoorDash was giving me crap on earn per offer. And no matter what I did. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to end my Dash and restart it and see if earn by time is available, because I might as well get paid a higher base pay and still get the crap. That's the way my logic was, because I was so frustrated with them. And of course, I go to do it and it's not available. Worked another hour, still not available. And I'm like, what the heck? Is it ever available? And I know some of you have expressed the same thing. So I'm going to throw this at you. Do you think DoorDash purposely blocks earn by time? Now, when I try to find information that I want to know about DoorDash, I do some research. I'm that type of person that, like, I want to know exactly what's happening so I know what I'm talking about. Interesting enough, I did a whole bunch of Google searches out there, and there is literally zero information on earn by time and why you can't get on at certain times, which I find interesting. If you just Google earn by time on DoorDash, it goes through all the technical aspects. What is it? How does it work? How does it affect you as a dasher? Literally every nuts and bolts and the facts behind it. But nothing ever tells you exactly why DoorDash, it's not available to certain drivers at certain times, which I find very interesting. A lot of what I'm going to say is my opinion, and a lot of it is speculation and educated guesses from someone, myself, who's been doing this for over 7 years now. I do earn by time every once in a while. I don't do it very often. I personally believe in earn per offer, and I can make more. Unless, like I stated before, it's slow and DoorDash is giving me garbage, or I need to raise my acceptance rate at some point to maintain platinum dashing. So the question remains, why sometimes can you get onto it and sometimes you can't? For me, in my market, and maybe it's just me, more times you can't than you can. So here's my theories. First, there are too many drivers on earn by time, which means they have to come out of pocket for bigger base pays, which means they have to spend more money. So by limiting the amount of drivers on, they're also controlling their expenses as a company and not forced to pay drivers all these base pays, because we all know that they go up based off of distance traveled and also the time you're spent on a specific order. So that's one theory. Another one is they want to push drivers to earn per offer. Once again, they don't have to spend money. It is a very controllable expense, and it is a very good way of DoorDash controlling drivers and how much they actually make, if you really think about it. So if they have enough dashers on earn by time and nothing is really getting done on the earn per offer side, they're just going to turn it off. So that way it forces everybody to go to earn per offer. So that way they only have to pay every single driver basically $2 on an average versus what they're paying on earn by time. This next one is more for fun because I don't buy it, but it could be. They don't have a lot of no tip, low tip, or long distance orders that they need to get delivered. So why put people on earn by time if they have regular paying offers to give? Yeah, I don't buy that one. Next, they could limit the amount of dashers on at a time, and they won't let dashers on until someone ends their dash. Once again, it's all about DoorDash being in control. So if they know they have, I'm making this up, 25 dashers on, and that's all they need because they have a limit of exactly how many they need per market, they have to wait for a dasher to end their dash in order for another one to get on. So that way it's almost like a revolving door of dashers coming in and off the platform. Once again, going back to control. Do you see a pattern here? And lastly, this one I actually know for a fact is true, which is why I left it for the last one. They do restrict dashers who abuse earn by time or have contract violations related to earn by time. So they do monitor a lot with this program. They do throw out contract violations, and it could lead to deactivation. So just be careful with everything and do everything by the book when it comes to this program. But I have known that they do restrict certain dashers if they have not done the program properly. So if you're one of those dashers, most likely you got a notification because of it, but it is another way that they do block people from using it. You know, I talked a lot just a little bit ago about DoorDash being in control and then also controlling their expenses by controlling the amount of drivers that can go on the platform. But are they trying to control your earnings? I've always believed that no matter if you're on earn per offer or earn by time, DoorDash controls the amount of money that you make. I think they throttle drivers in general that they can't go above a certain dollar amount. And they also believe that if you're below a certain amount, they try to give you better offers to get you to a certain dollar amount. I really think this is their way of controlling their payroll. The interesting thing about earn by time is you can only decline one per active hour. So DoorDash knows this and knows the offers they're sending you are the ones most likely you are going to accept based off of the program itself. So if you're not declining, they're controlling the orders that they're sending you. Therefore, they're controlling the amount of money as a dasher that you are making. Interesting, right? So do I think that through earn by time they control how much money you make individually? Yes, I absolutely do. They know what they're sending you. They know what you're going to accept. It's all algorithm based. But they know exactly the dollar amounts that you normally make, what you're trying to achieve, what your patterns are. See, it goes back to DoorDash has to always be in control, and earn by time, in my opinion, is another way of them controlling how much dashers make. I don't know. What do you think about this? Do you think that DoorDash controls your money? Go ahead and let me know. So what should you do if earn by time isn't available? I know your heart is set on doing it once you make your mind to doing something. I know it's disappointing, but if it's not available, you can try to check back. I mean, if you're scheduled, you have up until right before the half hour of your scheduled time before it gets canceled on you. I don't recommend that because that means that you're not making money. If you're a platinum dasher, you can just keep checking until it becomes available, but you might be checking a long time. I guess I'm always in the mentality I'm here to make money. So if earn by time's not available, I'm going right over to earn per offer, and I'm going to take whatever. I'm just going to start my shift and start working. Some dashers claim that you can keep closing out your app, going back in, closing back your app. To me, it's a waste of time. I don't feel like that has really ever accomplished anything. At least that's my opinion. you can multi-app, so you can work your other apps until it does pop back up again. I just feel like in some markets, once it's off for a while until someone else comes off and you can get on. So I feel like it's waiting for a long line, say at a restaurant that you're trying to get into, and then you're just waiting and waiting and waiting, and you feel like you're not getting anywhere until finally someone comes out of the restaurant and they call your name. You're like, okay, your table's ready. I feel like it's the same concept. I don't want any dasher to lose money just because your heart was set on doing something when there's still another viable way of working the DoorDash app. It might not just be the one that you were hoping for, but there's still money to be made out there. Is earn by time easier that you don't have to think and you can just take orders and not worry about declining? Yes, which I think is the appeal to a lot of dashers and why they use this program. But don't let it stop you from making your money and going out and hustle. There are always ways of doing that, whether it's on the DoorDash app or it's on another app that you use. And don't let this slow you down just because DoorDash is trying to control a program that might or might not be available in your market. Now, so let me ask you, in your certain markets, because everyone is different, can you get on earn by time all the time? Or are you like me in an oversaturated market where it's hardly ever available? And is earn by time something that you actually rely on or you really just don't care about? If you got any value out of this video and you can relate to earn by time or even earn per offer, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and don't forget to give it a like. You know, this is just one of many features that DoorDash has. I'm pretty sure that as a dasher, you're missing out on some pretty important features that will help you as a dasher. You're going to want to check this video out next to learn all about them, and I'll see you over there.